Hello everyone, Lee here again with another life-size LEGO creation. This one's on the Scar L from Fortnite Battle Royale. For the LEGO replica, it uses around 2,000 pieces. A majority of those parts are the tan color, which is used to make the main body of the gun, but there's also some black and dark blue stripe pieces used for the barrel, rail, sights, and handle and magazine. In the game, this gun fires 30 rounds of medium ammo and is arguably one of the best guns in the entire game, coming in also epic and legendary variants. Now on to more detail about the LEGO gun itself. Starting with the stock, it is basically has a bunch of these curved slopes on the top and bottom. The entire bottom half of the stock is inverted, so there's the same curved slopes on top, but then they're just inverted on the bottom. On the real version of the Scar L and Scar H, this stock is actually extendable, but in Fortnite it is not, and also on my version it is not extendable, which it would have been nice to make it extendable. I just couldn't do that with some design limitations that I had, like structural integrity, among other factors. Moving up the gun, there's a bunch of these curved slopes, again, sloping the bottom part of the stock up to the main height of the entire gun. And they're staggered on the sides to give the more rounded effect of the transition area of the stock. It's also right here where the indentation starts for the bottom portion of the gun, from 4 studs up to 6 studs. As you can see, that's just using some slopes, inverted slopes that just slope up. Also right here is where the trigger area and the handle are for the weapon. The handle is basically a base of bricks with a bunch of slopes and curved slopes to give the effect and outline of the handle, and among those are some of these hinged bricks that hold up the curved slopes for the back. Overall, this handle is probably the hardest part of the entire gun, so it'll be stable to hold and also make it look like the actual weapon. Then on the sides of the handle there are plates with tiles on them to give the more rounded and smooth effect of the grip. Up from there are a few rivets, and also there is this black separation band and the rear sight. I will give you a look at the sights here in a second. It is also right here that the rail of the gun, which in real life would hold various different attachments, starts. This rail slopes up 1 brick from the rear sight up to the front sight. I did this because in the game it is sloped up and it gives it a more cartoon effect and look to the overall weapon. It is also right here where the priming handle is located for the weapon, and beneath that is the entry area for the magazine itself, and as you saw, there are 2 bullets on there to simulate bullets in the magazine. The trigger does function using a rubber band inside the gun, and it is just a simple Technic connection piece to give the effect of the trigger, and also there are some curved slopes there to give the effect of the trigger guard. Up here there are some coolant areas where the gun would cool and like the gas would vent out or whatever. And also, right here, there are some side greebles that I'm not too sure what they do, but they are there on the actual gun. And it is also right here where this entire front grip of the gun is also inverted. You can see the line right there where the bricks go upside down, and some tiles to give the inverted look. And that also carries back to the sloping in front of the magazine, where there are some cheese slopes and other slopes that slope up from the magazine to the main body of the gun. Lastly, there is the barrel of the gun and the front sight. For the barrel, it is basically a bunch of these curved bricks and cylinder pieces on Technic rods to give the look of the barrel. And on the front, there are just 3 tires to give the look of the muzzle. As for the front sight, there is a bunch of these 2x2 curved plates and tiles. It's just from upside down to normal, and that is just for this curved stair piece, which basically it is just this stair piece which is used for curved stairs in some older Lego sets that works very good for the cartoon look of the front sight. As for the rear sight, it uses 2 of these 1x4 slopes for the posts of the site, and there are just a few of these dishes on the side for the adjustment wheels, and is overall a fairly simple yet effective build for the rear sight. Now that we are done with the overall view of the gun, I believe it's now time for a firing demo. In the end, I think the SCAR turned out phenomenal, and if I were to go back and redo the gun, I would probably only change a few things. So basically overall, I'm very happy with how it came out.